Yo, what's good? It's your boy Zirk. And bruh, Mike Israetel stay catching L's left and right. First, the PhD was trash, and now this man's jiu-jitsu black belt looking just as trash. Like, bro, at this point, the only belt Mike earned is the one holding up his shorts. So apparently, Chad Jitsu knows his stuff, looked at Mike rolling and said, yeah, this ain't jiu-jitsu, this is jiu-jitsu adjacent. Bro said Mike out here rolling like somebody's drunk uncle at the cookout, trying to wrestle the kids after too many Coronas. He broke down Mike's whole game.
Like all I feel is rage.
So the first thing he does is he does the spread eagle on top, all right? He wants to be on top so he can just lay on you and wrap his hands around you, all right? He has no real passing pressure, no really passing attempts. His two passes are grab you by the waist and lay on you until you do something stupid, or let you get a triangle, and it's hard to triangle him because he's a literal square, and, you know, throw the legs over and try to pass you that way.
Move number one, the spread eagle. That's when Mike just lays on top of you like a weighted blanket. No technique, no pressure, just vibes. Bro's out there starfishing, sweating on people like, if I'm heavy enough, maybe he'll tap from asthma.
His bottom technique is what I like to call the shitty deep half, all right? If you've ever rolled with an older gentleman or a gentleman that is oversized or just really not in tune with the modern game of jiu-jitsu or is lazy, they'll play what is called a deep half, all right? I only go to deep half when I have nothing else to go to. I really don't want to be there because it is a bad place to be, all right? Especially in no-gi, all right? Maybe there's some more things you could do with lapels and stuff in gi, but I don't know. This is purely from a no-gi context. Deep half sucks, all right? Guys can spin around your head and get you into 411 or inside Senkaku, saddle, whatever you want to call it, and now you're in a deep leg lock position, all right? That is not where you want to be in no-gi, all right? When your heel is exposed and it's going to get cranked on. Another thing you could do is a guy could get a freaking underhook on that arm that is just chicken winged up, all right? The only thing you could do is grip your hands to keep from, like, not getting your arm ripped off. And they could go to either a Kimura or fly around to the other side for an arm bar, what have you.
Move number two, the shitty deep half. Now, Chad said you only go deep half when you desperate, like last resort, light flashing before your eyes type desperate. But Mike, that's his whole game plan. Bro just scooting under people, like, if I can't beat them, maybe I can become them.
Old men and fat people love to just turtle because A, technically your guard hasn't been passed. B, it's hard to do anything when a guy who's kind of strong just balls up, all right? It's hard to open him up. It's hard to get a choke on a guy that size who has a rotund neck that is thicker than your thigh, all right? And B, like, it's hard to get hooks in when every square inch is covered up by either muscle mass, fat, or, you know, what have you, all right? It is hard to do anything when a guy just shells up. I call it the armadillo guard. There's turtle and then there's armadillo. Most people can't do that because they're not strong. You can open them up and you can choke them. But fat guys can sit there because it's hard to do anything to them because they can just sit there, all right?
Move number three, the armadillo. Man just curls up, turtles, goes full Sonic mode. I swear he looked like he buffering mid-road. You supposed to be a black belt, not a Pokemon. And yo, this man rolls with Johnny Shreve, right? Mike outweighs him by like 75 pounds. Johnny's only a white belt, and it took Mike 3.5 minutes to get a submission. 3 minutes? Bro, a real black belt finishes that in 30 seconds flat. Mike out there playing patty cake, looking gassed after one shrimp escape. You're not a killer, bruh. You a cuddler.
Another video has resurfaced of Jesse James West, where they do a bodybuilders versus cops little thing, all right? Cute little competition. And one of the competitions is a freaking jiu-jitsu competition, all right? I'm hoping the cop he went against trains for Dr. Mike's sake. I hope he trains. Because this guy just puts a clinic on Dr. Mike, okay? You call yourself a black belt. I hope this guy was a black belt because he just did whatever he wanted with Dr. Mike. I mean, it could be a joke. Dr. Mike might be, you know, doing some tomfoolery. Might have just given the guy, you know, a freaking tap, an easy tap because it's a freaking YouTube video and it'd get a lot of clicks and what have you. But by God, have some self-respect, Doctor. He literally laid flat on his back and did nothing, just clinched up. That is not displaying the art to somebody who maybe doesn't do the art. It'd be like, well, this jiu-jitsu shit sucks because this guy's a black belt and I just did whatever I wanted to him. And he gets a tap at the end, dude. I mean, come on.
Then there's that Jesse James West video, bodybuilders versus cops. Mike out here rolling with a cop, and the cop cooked him, submitted him, dominated him, did whatever he wanted. Mike just laid there on his back like he was sunbathing. Greg Doucette even said he might have thrown the match on purpose, like, If I don't try, they can't say I suck. Bro, that's not strategy.
As you can see, he's rolling with Nicky Ryan there, and each time he's in on a single leg, he just stays on his knees, all right? If anybody has been taught you any type of wrestling, any wrestling coach will say, do not stay on your knees on a shot, okay? That's a good way to get sprawled and go behind, all right? But Dr. Mike just stays there, all right? I don't know who gets a black belt and doesn't know basic wrestling to just, stand up with the single leg, all right? If your black belt instructor says you can just stay on both knees on a single leg and just sit there, that is not good wrestling. They may know other jiu-jitsu, but they do not know wrestling, okay? That is terrible, terrible, terrible advice, all right? Jiu-jitsu, you definitely don't want to stay down there because then you're going to get guillotined and headlock choked and then your back taken and a whole bunch of crap.
And don't even get me started on the wrestling. Every time someone shoots on Mike, he just drops through his knees like he praying for better cardio. Any coach will tell you that's how you get your back taken and folded up like a beach chair. Mike's only submission? A neck crank? Bro out here cranking necks like a bald-ass chiropractor. No chokes, no arm bars, just grab the head and twist. And yo, Chad and Greg said it best. They compared him to Derek Moneyberg. If you don't know who that is, he's the dude who faked the black belt and got cooked for it.
Greg Doucette and other high-level bodybuilders have proven that he sucks at bodybuilding.
Basic stuff that you would know, like just amazing stuff.
Didn't know shit, not even the basics. And have we not seen his diet? Cereal and Gatorade? How did that work out for him?
The funny part is, Greg tried to be nice about it. He said, look, Mike doesn't have to be great at everything. But bruh, Mike claims to be great at everything. He said he's stronger than Mike Mincer, said he got 160 IQ, probably faster than the Flash in his own head. This man talks like he built the pyramids by hand. Then you see him roll, and he look like a turtle stuck on his back. Like, let's be real, Mike's resume looked like a bad group project. PhD, trash. Jiu-jitsu, questionable. Diet advice, cereal and Gatorade. Strength, bro can't bench his body weight for more than 3 reps. Endurance, can't run half a mile without needing a nap and a Pop-Tart. At this point, the only thing he's mastered is marketing. He's good at sounding smart. You ask him to prove it, and suddenly he's in deep half guard praying for salvation. And I know exactly how he got that belt. Timing grade. Some gyms hand out black belts just because you've been around long enough, like you survived 10 years of stretching and paying fees. Congrats. Now look, I ain't saying Mike can't fight. He can probably beat up a regular dude. But black belt level? Hell no. Maybe blue, maybe purple if we drunk. But black? That's supposed to mean mastery. Mike out here still on tutorial mode. And yo, this is like his 3rd big L. First, trash PhD. Then, caught lying about it. Now, trash black belt. The Dr. Mike expert era done expired. Look, Mike built a dope business. I respect the hustle. But stop capping. You can be funny, successful, even jacked. Just don't pretend you a genius black belt scientist. Be what you are, a big dude who sells protein and makes weird sex jokes online. Anyway, moral of the story, don't trust belts, don't trust titles, don't trust dudes who say, I can master anything in a year. Check the receipts. Mike got a black belt but rolls like he trying to take a nap. Got a PhD but writes like a fan fiction author. Claims he's a killer but moves like Newman. I'm Zirk. Stay real, and if you roll with Mike, bring a pillow, cause y'all both gonna be taking naps.